With the 2022 NFL Draft fastly approaching, that's right, I said fastly, everyone's putting out a mock draft. So you know what we got to do? We got to mock it. Welcome to Mock the Mock, where we take someone else's mock draft and I mock it. Basically, I give you my opinions on it. I think it's fun to look at other people's perspectives, their evaluations. It just opens your mind up to a few different possibilities and such. And today we're going to take a look at SCU Productions, his mock draft. Link to his channel in the comment or in the description below. There we go. He's a friend of the channel. Check out, he pumps out some fun content. But we're going to take a look at that. But first, let me introduce myself. Well, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy, Baroshmo, just in case you did not know so. Hopefully I did a zoom there. If not, I'm a lazy editor. I get it. But let's go ahead. Let's get into it. I already watched it beforehand because I just didn't want to play the video, on my channel. And we're going to discuss this pick, so I kind of get his mindset here. Not so much. I don't know the draft order he's going by, but regardless, he has the Texans picking one. I'm not on board with them not taking a quarterback. It just makes no sense to me. First of all, I'm not going to Thibodeau. Yeah, he totally could be a first overall pick. But if you're the Texans, you're going quarterback 100%. There's going to be a quarterback that emerges. When was the last time we didn't see a quarterback go first overall? I don't know. I could barely remember. Was it Eric Fisher? How'd that work out? Probably wasn't, actually. I legit cannot think off the top of my head, and I'm not going to Google it. But really, I bet you Spencer Rattler will be the guy that emerges in this class. There's a couple of other candidates there, and there's always a chance of a Zach Wilson or Joe Burrow who may emerge from the ashes of, well, I guess nothing. They literally come out of nowhere. But yeah, if I'm the Texans, I'm still going quarterback. Looking at his eval, because I like how he laid it out here for us, I actually think Thibodeau has a very good get-off. He says first step sometimes, so I ain't going to even fault it. I mean, you're nitpicking at this point. I mean, he's a great prospect, so I'm not can't really fault it. He says sometimes, man. He said sometimes. Get off his back. So let's keep rolling through this sucker. He has the Eagles going next, and they go Derek Stingley Jr. I love Stingley Jr., man. I love him. But if I'm the Eagles and I'm picking second overall, I'm going to assume this is their pick and not the Colts and not the Dolphins. Man, if this is Dolphins pick, man, y'all in trouble, man. Y'all need to draft a quarterback ASAP. Tua ain't doing it. Two on. Yeah, I'm drafting quarterback. I don't get this apprehension of not going out and just grabbing the best quarterback in the class unless the quarterback class is utter dog crap. Even if you go back a couple of years, there was a Kyler Murray. I mean, it's been a while since we've had just an absolute dog crap quarterback class. Like, what was it? Was it the one with EJ Manuel and I can't even remember the other quarterbacks in that class. I just remember him. Yeah, that one was pretty bad. But that's been a while ago. So, now, there's always guaranteed to be a good quarterback, one worthy of a top 5 selection nowadays. That's just how it is. They get these kids working from a young age with 7-on-7 in middle school and such. So, there's gonna be a prospect available. Spencer Rattler, for instance. Yeah, the Eagles, I think they do need to still address the secondary position. But let's talk about the prospect a little bit. He says some injuries. I think yes, this past season injuries were a problem, and I think it kind of led to a slump for him. But the dude's just ridiculous. He is a great athlete. He was utterly shut down his freshman season. I expect a big bounce back this year. Keep in mind, also, the talent around him wasn't playing that well, and particularly. So, yeah, I mean, they weren't getting a lot of pressure. It was the only guy that was really getting pressure was Ojulari, right? Even Ali Gay slowed down the stretch. But enough of that. Regardless, this pick, in my opinion, should be quarterback. We're going to keep on moving through. Detroit Lions, they go Spencer Rattler. I'm just going to say this. If a team's willing to take Spencer Rattler, 3rd overall, you best believe I'm taking him first. I'm taking him second. That's the quarterback position. It's the most valuable position on your roster. It's the one you have to get right. I mean, you can maybe get by with a Jimmy G. But we saw how that story kind of played out last year. I know he was hurt, but we'll see how it plays out this year. I don't think it's going to be that much better. Maybe. I think that team's still a playoff team, but what puts a team over the curb? What allows a team to not necessarily have to be as talented? Like, at least I'm fumbling my words. I'm fumbling. Oh, look at that. If my eval, man, I got fumbling problems. Can't hold on to the ball. Can't hold on to my train of thought. Essentially, take for instance Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, guys. They're able to take their teams up and beyond despite the lack of talent around them. And you might be like, man, they got a lot of talent on that Chiefs team. Well, look at the other side of the ball. Pass rush, kind of a problem. Linebacker, non-existent. I mean, Willie Gay might come out and play pretty darn well, but I'm not here to defend that. Russell Wilson, man, that offensive line has had problems like since he got drafted, and now the defense is a weakness. The only reason those teams are still viable, those teams are still competitive, is because of the quarterback position. So if I'm willing to take Spencer Rattler at 3, you bet your sweet cheeks I'm taking him at 1 and 2. So yeah, man, let's just keep this train rolling. Ooh, we got the Saints going. Kyle Hamilton. I love Kyle Hamilton. He's a great prospect. I'd be willing to take him maybe like top 15, maybe even top 10. Like, no lie, like he's that talented. Just think Isaiah Simmons, but ridiculous in coverage. Like, Isaiah Simmons' coverage is a big, strong part of his thing, but man, like Hamilton, he became better against the run last year. Tackling, still a thing, you know, but how he plays in coverage is just phenomenal. I know safety position's a bit devalued in terms of the draft. It doesn't mean it's devalued in the NFL, though. Coverage is a big thing, and safety is a big thing when it comes to coverage. Yes, corner's a bit bigger, but safety kind of helps out with that. I would argue that safety might be probably the third biggest need on defense, the third biggest position. Yes, outside of the defensive tackle. Yes, outside of the linebacker. It goes corner, it goes pass rush, it goes safety. That be it. And I'd be willing to go with Kyle Hamilton. I don't know about here with the Raiders, though. It's too rich for me, especially with other quarterbacks on the board. Because I assume like a Sam Howell, maybe a Malik Willis, maybe even Slovis. Someone will emerge to where I'm like, yeah, we're picking here because of Derek Carr. Screw this, we're done. So, yeah. Let's keep this train rolling with the Bengals. They go Evan Neal, man. Evan Neal, man. I don't know if I'm on board with him as a top 10 pick yet. I get it. Tackle, it's a thing. I mean, they brought in Carmen. I don't think Carmen's going to stay at guard. I think they're going to eventually move him to right tackle, which, I mean, that's great. Evan Neal, you know, I get you could play him at guard. I think this would be an interesting spot, man. Like, okay, if they don't, I think I might go pass rush then here. Like, if you're not going, well, I mean, you can make a case for corner. I think, honestly, pass rush and corner in this class is a bit better. The tackle position's kind of up in the air. Because, again, I'm not going to be positive if Evan Neal, he's currently my top tackle, but I don't know if he ends up staying at tackle. Originally, I thought he was just going to be an interior guy. He started there on the right side, might end up starting on the left, not positive. But, I mean, if he puts out another elite year of production, then it'd be hard to deny, but top 10's a bit rich for me. The tackle class, I don't think is necessarily as top-heavy it has been in years prior. Let's keep it going. Jags, they go edges. Zach Harrison. I'm a big Zach Harrison fan. Recently going through my edge rankings, which will be out Monday, hopefully. Yeah, should be Monday. I have kind of fallen, not less in love, but it's just like, I think his teammate Tyreek Smith might have the better ceiling. He just hasn't had that opportunity coming in, like, play. Like, we'll see this season. I like Harrison a lot. I still think he's a first round talent. At this point, man, I might be taking DeMarvin Neal, who he's not scheme specific. He could play probably a 5 tech. You could even have him playing outside the tackle, which is where they've been playing him at 290. It's just a guy I have higher on my board. So I might go there. Yeah, that'd probably be it for me. Overall, like, getting pass rush, hey, that's great. I'm down with it. And then Sam Howell going to the Giants. Danny Dimes, man. Danny Dimes. Oh, I guess he went bankrupt. Yeah, if Giants and you're picking in here, assuming this ain't Chicago's pick, then yeah, this, you kind of got to go quarterback. You kind of got to move on. You got to have, like, he ain't developing after this point. I know they didn't really help him a lot with the offensive line. They brought back a lot of the guys that they're hoping to take another year. Hopefully they're not going to start Shane Lemieux after what he did last year, or should I say what he didn't do, block. Yeah, I'm on board with this. Let's see, man. I'm trying to see, like, yeah, man. I feel like there could be so many teams in the market for quarterback again this year. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. John Mechie going really, really high. Oh, man. Top 10. That's interesting. He has him as a top receiver in this class, too. Wow. That's interesting, dude. That's interesting. I don't know why the Panthers would go with another receiver. I guess Robbie Anderson might be a free agent. DJ Moore, I'm not positive, so I mean that could make sense. But in a wide receiver class, that's probably relatively weaker. Well, it is relatively weaker than last year. I think at this point I'm probably trading down, but it might not be the case. He might not be in that position. I'd be willing to go with the next tackle. Like for me, Jackson Kirkland would be a phenomenal pick. I think he's gonna rise on a lot of people's boards. Like Mechie, let me just say this, man. Like, he lists it here. How does he handle being a number one? I love to see that. I will love to see that. A lot of people want to compare him. Oh, he's the next great Bama receiver. Like Ruggs, like Judy, like Smith, like Waddle. He's not yet. Like, in terms of what he can do as a route runner, like, kicking it into, like, another gear once he, like, breaks off the route, totally. Where he kind of falls short, after the catch, man. He did not have a lot of forced missed tackles. He's not a contested catch guy. He was like 4 to 13 on contested catches. Hands, he was hovering around that 10% drop rate, which is dangerous. You don't want to see that. So for me, I just think there's better receiver prospects. As of now, we'll see, obviously, how he plays this year. Falcons, they go to Marvin Leal. I like this a lot. Kind of makes sense. Marlon Davidson hasn't really panned out. They got John, Kaminsky? They moved to the interior. He actually played pretty well, but still might just be a rotation guy. Tyler Davidson's kind of like whatever. So bringing in like Leo, who's got a ton of pass rush and upside. You love the versatility. Dude, how this guy uses his hands is next level. I'll get to it when we get to our D-line rankings next week. I love this cat as a prospect. Oh, did I say 9? Oh, this is where he has him on his big board. Okay, so the Panthers had the 8th pick. Ooh, that's still very rich. But yeah, I love this pick. Leal's good. Leal is good. Ahmad Gardner. Sauce, baby. I love Sauce. This guy, great length. He is one of the most tested man corners. Probably the most tested man coverage corner, press man coverage corner in all of college football. He is a bit thin. I will say that. He is a bit thin. 188. I want him to at least gain 10 pounds of muscle. Please and thank you. He hasn't really seen a lot of competition, but he did good against Georgia last year. Vikings, I guess they're giving up on Gladney. I mean, given the off season that Gladney had. Unfortunately, I don't mind them addressing that. Other places I'd be tempted to. I get you gotta throw a quarterback up there. Well, no, they got Kellen Mond. I'm glad I just talked myself out of that. I'm not gonna edit this out either, man. You're gonna get my raw thoughts. So sit down and listen. What other places would they go? You could maybe make a case for edge. Like this edge class is exceptionally good. Like I think I might have like 6 guys with first round grades, and quite frankly, you could maybe say 8 or 9, like depending on how they play next year. Yeah, I guess corner does make a ton of sense. Yeah, I guess I won't dispute that too much. I think that does make a lot of sense. And then we're gonna go to Dallas Cowboys. They go corner. Obviously, why not, dude? Kaiir Elam, the dude's sick, man. The dude is sick, man. He's very, very good. Great length. Like, I really think he might have the CJ Henderson type of ceiling. I know he mentions not elite speed. We'll see, man. Sometimes by the combine, these guys run a lot faster. I mean, everyone remember when Justin Jefferson ran what? It was a 4.43. And then in football shape, he's more of a 4.5 guy. At that point, it doesn't really matter on the field, man. It really depends how you carry yourself. Because, like, the thing for the corner position, like, I love Richard Sherman, man. Because he's not known to be a speedy guy. Great saying. You're, like, once I put my hands on you, you're only as fast as I'm willing to let you be. Oh, my gosh, Richard Sherman, that's why you are the GOAT. You are the best. All hail Richard Sherman. I almost have said Richard. Huh. I be slurring my words. I'm sorry. Can't help it. I talk fast. Not that fast, so. No, totally makes sense. I got Elam up there. I think that this corner class is really good as well. I think when we do the corner ranking video, I'm going to have 5 guys with first round grades. And there's like 3 more that potentially could fall under there depending on how they play. The Jets, they go Christian Harris. All right, this is the first one I might really get into. Like I hate it. I'm not a big Christian Harris guy. A lot of people really like him. He says a couple of his weaknesses are speed and athleticism. I tend not to disagree too much. I think he's actually a lot faster than some people think. Where I massively disagree, good in coverage. The dude was awful. The linebacker position for Alabama last year, basically lay down, play dead, got passed all over. Coverage was not even in Harris's vocabulary. With that being said, does that mean he can't play coverage? He didn't last year. I think from a athletic and physical standpoint, he certainly can. He can improve in that regard. Full off season, I think he might look a lot better. The thing is, I want to see it first. For me, it's like I want to wait and see before I even say anything on that. Because for me, linebacker, if you can't cover, then what use are you? You're already one of the least valuable positions on defense. Like literally, there's probably like 5 or 6 linebackers in the league that actually like make an impact on the game. That whole wins above replacement. Linebacker typically is one of the lowest positions on defense. There's really just like 5 to 6 guys that actually make a difference. So, you grabbing a linebacker this early anyway, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm turning into a linebacker hater. That's not true. It's not true. I loved Nick Bolton last year. I loved a lot of linebackers last year. Yeah. And I would say all of them were better prospects than Christian Harris. I'm willing to throw my boy Jabril Cox, and he went in the 4th. I'm just saying. But yeah, well, let's wait and see with him. He's definitely physically capable of playing better. It's just, I really think the mental game might need to step up. I think that was a big problem with him. And you saw it was a big problem with Dylan Moses. Desmond Ridder, man, going to the Steelers. Yes, Steelers, quarterback, Big Ben. The time is up. Ridder, we'll see. I don't know how he improves his stock. I talked about this in my quarterback rankings video. Not really positive how another year at Cincinnati would improve his stock. What is he going to show that we haven't seen yet? It'd be nice if they were real playoff contenders. I think even if they went undefeated, they wouldn't be. I don't think the college football committee would even consider them. It's jacked up, I know, but in all honesty, I don't see it happening. So it really depends on their schedule. Like, do they have any top competition next year? Cincinnati, not Bengals. Bearcats, foosball. Oh, I hit baseball, dang it. Football, sketty. Excuse me, man. My nose is all kinds of stuffed up. Miami, Ohio, Murray State, Indiana, Notre Dame. That's going to be a big one. Yeah, I would probably just say Notre Dame. Even Indiana. Well, Indiana has some good guys in coverage. What am I saying? Yeah, he's just not going to get the opportunity to. So, I don't know. He's probably a day 2 guy for me. We'll see. We'll see how the season goes. Chris Olave, he has him 11 on his big board. I'm not that crazy about him just because he's not good after the catch. I say not good. He's not great at creating after the catch. If it's not like a long ball, he's catching deep, and he just gets to run into the end zone like against, what was it, Clemson? Then he just doesn't create after the catch. You could actually say that for Garrett Wilson, who I'm probably going to have Garrett Wilson higher than Olave. Just because he is slightly better in that regard. I think they're very similar prospects, even size-wise. Olave at 14, I think that's about the right value, somewhere in the middle first round. I don't hate it. You know what? I kind of like it. I think he's actually got pretty good speed, though. If anything, the dude's probably one of the most polished route runners in this class. So, yeah, no, I'm on board. And actually, Garrett will. Okay, I ain't going to fault you. You got them back-to-back. It makes sense. Garrett Wilson, wow, they grab another Ohio wide receiver. How do I feel? Like, Garrett Wilson. How do I feel? Who did they bring in this past season to be a speedster? All right, they really don't have a speedy threat. I guess Kwame Baker, I don't even know if he makes the roster. I don't know. I'd be looking for a bit more speed. Unfortunately, this is the draft where you're not going to really find a lot of prospects that do that in the receiver class. Not yet, at least. I mean, he's a great receiver here. If I'm picking mid, I mean, a guy like Malik Willis is still on the board. Super tempted. Ian Book ain't the answer. Especially if Jameis Winston ain't the answer, Ian Book ain't it. And I ain't even going to talk about Taysom. Let's see. What other... I guess Slovis is still on the board, right? Yeah, he is. Okay, interesting. Oh. All right, Drake Jackson going to the Eagles. I like this pick a lot. Drake Jackson, he just needs to... He's got a ton of high-end play on tape. I just want to see it more often. That's the thing, man. This guy definitely could be a top 10 talent. Just needs to realize that potential. Like going back and watching him the last couple years, because I just recently did my edge just a few days ago. I kind of fell in love with Drake Jackson, and everybody was talking about the hype around him, you know, and I was like, I'm not sold, man. His numbers don't look so great. Went back, watched it. I was like, okay. If we could only see that, 60% of the time, that'd be nice. That's the thing, man. He kind of like drizzles in high-end play here and there. I just want to see it, not even necessarily snap to like on the snap to snap basis. Just show it to me like every other snap, please. I want some consistency. But yeah, no, he's really good talent. I mean, I don't know if they do this. They brought in they really addressed the D line quite a bit. I mean, it's great value though. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. Slovis going to the Broncos. I mean, they get a more accurate quarterback. I'll give you that. Accuracy a weakness? What? Slovis is like the most accurate quarterback in this class. Like, legit. That dude has some of the best ball placement. If we're talking weakness, it's arm strength. That's interesting. Well, I mean, overall, man. Yeah, quarterback, they need to go with that. I might still go Malik Willis just because of the upside. But Slovis, honestly, like, he could do what Purdy didn't do last year. And now Purdy is probably looked at as like a 5th to 6th round pick. I don't know how Purdy even recovers his stock. George Pickens, man, going to the Eagles. I'm not a big Pickens guy. Any of y'all that are like, you're crazy, Pickens, he's probably the best receiver in here, one of the best receivers in here. You go look at David Bell out of Purdue. You take a gander. And you tell me he's just not a better version of Pickens without the injury and character concerns. Yep, pause this video. Go. Take a gander. I'll wait. Do we agree? Nice. Yeah, dude, I'm just not a big fan of Pickens, man. For me, he's a contested catch guy. He's just a jump ball guy. And I think there's better jump ball guys in this class. Let's keep this train moving. We got Seven Banks at Ohio State. I get it with him. A lot of it's projection. While he didn't look, terrible last year, when it came to the national championship, he got railroaded. He woke up the next morning like, oh gosh, what happened? Oh, I allowed 3 touchdowns. 2 of them Devontae. Najee got me too. No. Yeah, that was Banks. I just want to see a big improvement. He's in the right scheme. He's got the size, length, athleticism. The play just needs to follow. So if we see a big jump up, yeah, he's totally a first rounder. But right now, probably not. Tyler Linderbaum, dude. I love Linderbaum. I'm willing to take Linderbaum top 15. Weakness, athletic. Dude's the most athletic interior player in this class. SCU, man. You and I need to have a talk. Dude, I love Linderbaum. To me, he is easily the top. He's the only interior player that I'm willing to take in the first round. If you're not considering like Neal or Kenyon Green as interior guys, then yeah, Linderbaum's probably the only guy that cracks the first round for me. Then we're going Malik Willis to the Washington football team. He's going to go a lot higher than this. I could see him top 10 just because he was he was definitely sought out more than Trey Lance. Everyone's going to make the comparisons because they're running quarterbacks. Trey Lance got a bit more size to him, a bit more physicality as a runner, but both have big cannons for arms, so they love the upside. The thing is, Trey Lance was not sought out to play quarterback in D1. Malik Willis ended up being recruited by Auburn. There's a big difference in the potential pedigree there. So I will find out more as it goes. Obviously, that's just something I'm bringing up. Not to necessarily say that Willis is a better prospect than Lance, but I think there's a case to be made that Willis is at least in that same ballpark. So we'll see how he plays this year. I don't think Liberty has any big opponents this season. Liberty football sketty. Show me that sketty. So we got... I guess Syracuse. Yeah, they legit are playing no one. So yeah, he should run rough shop. And then let's keep it going. Washington, though, yes, quarterback totally makes sense. Bubba Bolden going to the Chargers. Bubba Bolden, I get it. A lot of people love the size. It's like literally his physical profile. It checks out. They love the athletic ability. It's just his production sucks. Blown coverages, I got that. Missed tackles, I make that. That's literally Bubba Bolden. He can improve, obviously. That could go a long way this year. But with how the safety position is regarded, we got to figure out, man, what is this cat? Is he Caden Stearns? Because Caden Stearns, a very similar prospect in terms of their ability and their physical profile. Just don't want to see it. And just prove to me you're better than Stearns, man. Stearns, I ended up having like a 5th or 6th round grade on. Bubba Bolden, I'm just saying, I need to see production from him. I got him as a 2nd round. Go check out my safety video if you want to hear me talk about Bubba Bolden. But Chargers, they go safety? Yeah, I'm down. Josh Jobe going to the Patriots. I don't know, man. I think there's other, probably better fits. I mean, you could say Martin Emerson. I guess he'd be the only guy. Like, Job's, it's not like he's not a first rounder. Just for me, he's closer. He's more Trayvon Diggs, who ended up going in the 2nd round, than he is Patrick Surtain. That makes sense. I don't think he's nearly as athletically gifted as Surtain was. And, Joe, actually, him and Diggs are very similar. like penalties galore, man. I forgot, like, I think it was like 11 penalties that Job got called on last year. 11 pass interferences, maybe. But yeah, man, dude's a bit handsy. But he is a very good press technician. But yeah, we'll see. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's a second rounder, in my opinion. Justin Ross, man. I'm down Justin Ross. I like him a lot, especially how we saw T. Higgins succeed in his rookie year. We could see the same from Ross, especially in a, receiver, less talented receiver class. Thing is, he brings it up, the surgery. He literally had, he had a spinal condition, and he had part of his spine fused together. Will he be the same player coming back? And even then, by same player, it's not like, I think it's like he's a very good vertical threat and was very good at the contested catch. That's kind of about it when it comes to his game. Like T. Higgins is the same way. We saw him go at the top of the second round. Maybe that makes Ross more of a second rounder, especially if injuries are a concern. We'll see. Let's keep this train rolling. But yeah, Tennessee, this totally makes sense. He would be a better option than, say, I don't know, Dez Fitzpatrick. The Miami Dolphins, Isaiah Spiller, I get it. He said he really wanted to showcase a running back. Cool, he did that. Why'd you have to do it on my team? Isaiah Spiller, I recently bumped him up above Breece Hall. Dude, Spiller, the way he moves, man, is just good. It's not like the running backs in this past class, but I'm a big fan of Spiller. Like, the more I watch him, straight up, outside of cornerback and receiver, I have the most fun watching running back, man. It's something about playmakers, man, that just gets me going, you know? But yeah, Spiller's good. Yeah, he'd probably be the top running back, and I get that he was showcasing the running back, but he could have done it with, another team, not my Dolphins. Detroit Lions, Treylon Burks. I'll talk about him when I get to my receiver rankings. I am a very big fan of Burks. A very big fan. A couple of the weaknesses I'll hit up right now. Like after a catch ability, I think he has that. I think he showcased that a lot last year because he used to be more of a vertical threat in 2019, and then he became more underneath, intermediate. Keep in mind, a majority of this guy's snaps come in the slot. His hands did get better last year. Now, because if you're looking at this cat's drop rate through his career, it's not going to tell the whole story. A lot of those were downfield contested catches. He was much better. It was much better this season. Speed, I kind of question that too, but I mean, with that size, I think he's going to be pretty darn fast. I think he's going to be a 4-5 guy. So, yeah, I like him a lot. Detroit, they grab another receiver. That's interesting. I kind of like that. Pair up. Ooh. I mean, this is the thing. After Justin Jefferson, I'm not gonna make a fool of myself by saying, oh man, a lot of his stuff was in the slot, man. He had a lot of free releases. Man, I'm just not positive. Nah, man, if he tests out, if he has another banger year of play, I'm gonna be like, you know what? It may be a bit of a projection on the outside, but he has the tools to win on the outside. Yeah. Dang you, Justin Jefferson. We got interesting. Ravens. They go Brenton Cox. I got a few edge guys that are a bit higher than Cox. I don't think Cox necessarily has a natural bend around the edge. He did it pretty well last year though. Ravens, I don't think they would go edge again, man. Where do they go? I mean, there's a lot of offensive line talent, man. Because that offensive line, they're going to need to add a little bit more talent there. They could go corner. Corner is always a great option. Maybe look for maybe an Aiden Hutchinson might be fun here, but that might be a bit early for him. But overall, yeah, I mean, they could probably went somewhere else. But I like Brenton Cox. I think he's kind of in that late first to early second range. Like I said, it's a really good edge class. Haskell Garrett going to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if he's gonna be a first, man. The dude just didn't. He only eclipsed 300 snaps once in his career, and that was last year. It was like 307 snaps. I love his play strength, man. He showed some real pass rush and upside. I think only Christian Barmore had a better pass rush win rate than Haskell Garrett last year. I don't know why the Browns would do this again, dip back into the interior class. If I'm the Browns, what do I do here? That is a fair question to be asked, though. Let's see. Mike Jones is still on the board, dude. He might be similar to Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, though. If Garrett's a top guy on your board, then yeah, go for it. They could go edge, realistically. I mean, there's a lot of different options. Cardinals, they're going Kenyon Green. Ooh, I got Green listed as a tackle. He's gonna play left tackle this season. So we'll see. We'll see if that will be the case. I don't know why the Cardinals. Oh, okay, if he's listed him as interior, I guess that makes some sense. Maybe they move Josh Jones to the interior. Dude, that defense needs some help, man. I think I would be willing to go dip into the secondary, especially with Martin Emerson. I would go in and I would grab pass rush. Like I would address that defense. Green though might be one of the top guys on the board though. I'm not gonna fault that. Wow, he has him 40th on his big board, homie. Really? Dang. Yeah, I think it's a bit interesting. I think there's a variety of different ways they can go, but I like Green. Green's a really good talent. Then Kansas City Chiefs go Aiden Hutcherson. I don't think he's necessarily the type of pass rusher the Chiefs go for. Thinking of some of the guys that were left. I think Tyreek Smith potentially. Actually, Smith might be the best option. Like something that Spag would like. Hutchinson, though, the thing with Hutchinson, while his skill set translates exceptionally well to the NFL, it's not one that particularly succeeds. Or particularly is drafted highly. My bad. It succeeds. It succeeds a ton. That's why I said it translates well. It's just not drafted highly. So I don't know if he will make it into the first round. We'll see. I'm surprised you throw physicality and power as some weaknesses. I think this guy's a solid edge setter. And then we got the Buccaneers going George Karlaftis. He is a very interesting pass rusher, a guy that could dip to the interior, another guy that really needs to regain that freshman season where he had like 55 pressures. Like he was utterly unstoppable. Last year he was a bit injury riddled, so I'm willing to give him the pass. Big fan of his game though. He's definitely one of those guys that could sneak into the first round. Buffalo Bills are the final pick here. Wow, Myjah Sanders. I thought I was pretty high on him. Obviously, our boy here, SCU, is exceptionally high on him. I like him a lot. It's just he really. I'll say this. The one time he actually had to face talent, he did exceptionally well, and that was Georgia last season. I think he had 4 pressures and a sack. I love his length. Power is absolutely could be a weakness there. Though I thought he handled it well because Georgia, let's be honest, them boys be strong at Georgia on the offensive line. I like him a lot. I don't think I'm ready to put him in the first round, though. We'll see. They will get... Didn't I say Cincinnati gets Notre Dame next year? Yeah, they get Notre Dame. So that'll be interesting, but also it's going to be a ragtag new line. Like, Notre Dame literally lost 4 of their 5 stars on the offensive line, so maybe it won't be as big of a test as I thought. I don't know. We'll see. Overall, interesting draft. I would say, for me, quarterback value is like, I don't know, man. I don't understand when it comes to quarterback value. I feel like maybe that should like trump anything. That's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it for the video. Go ahead and do that YouTube thing. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.